Gemini, you're probably going to notice in this reading that the light is different. The sun's really coming in the window, but the beginning of the reading was messed up, so I have to redo the beginning. So here we go. So Gemini, today we're going to look at August 9th, 2025, and that's the full moon in Aquarius. We're going to look at Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology, astrology, and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box below, I have links for meditations for each of these tarot cards that I drew for you today. And if you feel seen today, please subscribe and stay tuned for your next reading. Tell me what message hit home for you, and let's talk about it in the comments. I read all the comments, and I will reply to each and every one. So we're going to start with numerology, and the number for today is 8. And 8 is a vibration of inner power and strength and self-mastery. It's about transforming limitations into leadership and turning personal challenges into resources. So for Gemini, this number encourages you to harness your mental versatility into real-world stability, especially in areas where you felt scattered or uncertain. So you might decide, here's a real-life example, you might decide to commit to a new daily routine, or streamline your work habits, or take financial or emotional responsibility in an area you've been avoiding. Today is about showing yourself that you can rise above old limitations. In astrology, the full moon lands in your 9th house of expansion, higher learning, travel, and spiritual purpose. It's a moment of clarity around your beliefs, the big picture goals, and what kind of life you truly want to grow into. So we're going to start with the sun, and the sun is in your Leo. That's your third house. And that's about communication and siblings and mental focus. So the sun is lighting up your voice, your thoughts, and your connections. It's a great time to express what's on your mind and to ask for what you need. So you might feel compelled to write, to teach, to speak up, or send a heartfelt message to someone important. Truth has power today. Here's the moon, and the moon is in Aquarius, so that's your 9th house. That's going to talk about beliefs and wisdom and vision. So this lunation pushes you to reevaluate your belief systems, future direction, and whether your current routines match your long-term vision. So you might feel the urge to study something new, leave behind a limiting worldview, or get serious about planning a big life change, like a move or a new career. I mean, that's huge. But okay, we'll continue. Mercury is in Virgo. That's your 4th house. That's going to talk about inner dialogue and home and emotional roots. So you're mentally processing emotions from deep within. Conversations with family or reflecting on your childhood may bring surprising insights. So a conversation with a parent or a housemate could bring clarity, or you might journal about childhood beliefs that still impact your decisions today. Here's Venus. Venus is in Leo, your 3rd house, and so that's charming speech and affectionate thoughts. So Venus sweetens your words and invites beauty into your daily rituals. So you might write a love note, or beautify your workspace, or reconnect with someone through thoughtful communication. Here's Mars. Mars is in Gemini, your 1st house. That's going to talk about drive and identity and vitality. So you're energized, motivated, and ready to take bold personal action. Just be mindful not to push yourself past your limits. So you might launch a new project or take a stand for yourself. But the full moon reminds you to balance energy with emotional reflection. Now, let's talk about Get over there. The tarot cards. So the first one I pulled for you was the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles talks about isolation and scarcity, emotional or financial lack. So this card, oh, hi, okay. This card highlights a feeling of being left out and unsupported and in a different financial or emotional spot. It often points to a mindset of lack even when help is available. So you might feel like no one understands what you're going through. Or you may be silently struggling with money or self-worth or even grief. The key message, you don't have to do it alone. Support is near. So here's your advice. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Open the door to receive comfort and connection or guidance. You're not as alone as you think. Next, we have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups talks about emotional wisdom and maturity and compassionate leadership. So the king is calm, grounded, and deeply intuitive. He feels everything, but he stays centered. So this card shows you stepping into your emotional power, even when things are stormy. So you might find yourself in a position of soothing others or holding space for your own emotional waves with maturity and grace. You're learning that vulnerability doesn't mean losing control. It means owning your experience fully. So here's your advice. Lead with calm. Be gentle with yourself and others. Emotional intelligence is your superpower today. I'm sorry, you hear my dog barking. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Why is he barking? Okay. Four of Swords. Four of Swords talks about rest, retreat, and mental recovery. So this card is the invitation to pause, to unplug, and to stop thinking and doing, and simply rest. After a time of stress or worry, this card asks you to heal before taking action. So you might be tempted to push through exhaustion or avoid your feelings by staying busy. But your body, mind, and soul need stillness. So take a nap, meditate, say no to anything non-essential. So here's your advice. Restoration is not laziness, it's preparation. Use quiet time to recharge and reconnect with your deeper truth. So how does this day affect a Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising? So Gemini Sun, you're navigating a shift in your sense of identity. You see, letting go of scarcity thinking and stepping into emotional maturity. It may feel subtle, but it's deeply transformative. So you may realize that you've been undervaluing your contributions or isolating yourself when you actually need connection. So today offers the clarity to shift that narrative. Gemini Moon. So emotionally, you're healing. There's a quiet pull towards self-nurturing and introspection. Old emotional wounds may resurface, but now you're equipped to face them with more wisdom. So you might cry unexpectedly after seeing an old photo or hearing a familiar song. Let it move through you. This is healing, not weakness. Gemini Rising. The world sees you as composed and thoughtful, but you're learning how to hold space for your own needs while still showing up for others. So, for example, you might be the emotional rock for somebody today, but don't forget to turn that same compassion inward. Create space for both giving and receiving. So here's a summary of what this day means to you, Gemini. It's the full moon in Aquarius. It brings a deep check-in with your beliefs and purpose, while your tarot cards offer a softer, more internal healing message. So the Five of Pentacles reminds you that you're not alone, even if you feel unsupported. And the King of Cups empowers you to lead from the heart with calm and grace. And the Four of Swords says rest is sacred. Retreat is part of the process. So here's the real life takeaway. It's okay to feel tender today. Let yourself be held. You have more wisdom and support than you realize. Quiet healing and emotional strength are your foundations for what comes next. So here's the advice for Gemini on this day. This is not a day to push. It's a day to receive. Rest, reflect, and remember your emotional strength is not in resistance. It's in your ability to feel, process, and still rise. The clarity you seek is in the quiet. Thank you, Gemini, and I hope to see you in another reading. So the sun is highlighting. No, it's not. It's not doing any of that. Let me try again. So let's talk about what this day of... So, oh, I see. Yes. So, okay, I'm going to slow down. The emotional rock that why? Get it out.